Otis, what are you doing, buddy? Good morning, everyone. I'm going to do my video on what I'm packing in my bags. Claire and Otis will not be joining me, but I wanted to start with them because they're out here offering me some puppy assistance. They'll probably get in the way, but I don't know. We'll see, because they're laying on the other side. So we'll see what we get out of them. All right. Let's begin. So I got a shot there. Here's all my gear laid out. Some of this stuff might switch in and out a little bit, just because of maybe colors and sizing. But I'm gonna start here. I got two different packs back here. I got the, let's see if I can zoom this thing without going too crazy. I got my light AF 35 curve. And again, you know, a quick thanks to Frozen. I keep going back to his videos because he had this 35 curve and he fit all his stuff in there. And I was amazed. I'm like, how's he fitting everything in this darn thing? Because I finally got my hammock a couple days ago, and I was like, there's just no way. So I started to freak out. I'm like, there's no way I'm getting everything in one of these packs. So I picked up the Hyperlight. I don't know, month ago or something. Hyperlight was doing a factory second sale. So I think it was like $200 for the 3400. I can't remember what the type is. I don't know. It's one of the popular bags. I've worn both. They're both really comfortable. I kind of started with my light AF. I've walked a lot of miles in it. Then I switched. First, when I put on the Hyperlight, I didn't like it. But I thought maybe it was because I hadn't walked as many miles yet and just kind of had my body kind of wore into carrying a pack. And then I put it back on and I loved it. So I don't know. I'm still on the fence yet of which one I'm actually going to take off with, but I have them both just in case. I'm going to go over here. I got a couple different jackets, but right now I got the hooded ultralight Ghost Whisper 2 hooded, I guess. I don't know. Most of you, if you've been watching videos on these kind of things, which I imagine's probably the majority of people that are here, if not, you're my students, and I miss you dearly. And I love and appreciate all the support you guys are giving me. But most of these brands, I mean, it's, there's not much new under the sun, right? So I'm kind of on the fence. I know that I'm going to be starting in an Appalachian Gear Company t-shirt and their sun hoodie. I have bought almost everything that this company sells except for like their dirty bag, I think. I just, walking and hiking in this gear over the past couple months, it gets rid of smell so quickly, it's ridiculous. So that's why if you look here, you can see the t-shirt and then the sun hoodie, and then I've got the alpaca hoodie, and then I got a Melly sitting beside it. And the trouble I have is I really love the zip tie, pull tie, whatever you call it, on the Melly. And I know you can get that in the Fayette Chill, but again, they're both microgrid material. And I struggle to let go of that, but I kind of think with my gear, I can get the same effect if I throw on like a buff and just wear the hoodie as my like mid layer. But the problem is for me that the Melanzana holds smell. So like I've worn that shirt for like 2 weeks in a row, waking up in the morning, going and hiking for a few hours, coming back home, hang it up, next day it smells fine. I will say after about 2 weeks I noticed it was holding smell, so I washed it. But that's pretty awesome, I think, for daily use, which is what you're going to get on the trail, right? The Melly, though, a couple of days ago, was like, I think it started at like 30 some degrees and got up into the mid 40s. And I did 9 miles that day with my pack on. And I just come home and I, like with these, I just kind of hang them up, air them out. And I hung that thing up. And I went to it the next day, smelled it. Oof. Went to the next day, smelled it. Like a week later, I left it sitting out. I'm just going to say at least 1 week. and it still had the smell on it from just one day of use. So I love that pull string, but I don't know that I want the smell hanging around that much. Now, on the flip side of that, I will say with the Appalachian gear stuff, when you put it on and you start to sweat into it, it does have this smell that comes off of it. Same thing when you wash it, it has this little scent to it at first. It's not horrible. It's not good. It's not bad. It's not good. And it goes away. Like as soon as it dries out, that smell it just kind of dissipates. So I'm on the fence on what I'm going to bring, but like my t-shirt will be my all-round gear, sun shirt or the sun hoodie, and then I'm torn between the Melly and the alpaca. So I guess that remains to be seen. Don't really know. Maybe I'll just splurge and take the pound. I doubt it though. I'll come over here. Got me some I think they're the possum gloves. I got those just kind of, you know, keep my hands a little warm. Got the umbrella, not sure how long that's gonna last. Some Black Diamond trekking poles and their trekking gloves, which I'm sure there are alternatives for those kind of things. I just kind of went with them because I don't want to tear up my hands, I guess. I've never used trekking poles. I've seen videos on them. I guess I used trekking poles sort of. We used to do snow PT up at Fort Drum, so we'd be out there with skis and ski poles. If it's the same kind of effect, then I guess I'll figure it out. My rain gear, I got to, again, these are my old school, bought these at the PX at Fort Drum, Gore-Tex socks. I washed them there, gave them some, what is it, knit wax, and see what happens. I don't know. You're gonna get wet, but that's all there is to it. Z-Packs, top and pants. I originally had Patagonia, but I dropped like a pound, I don't know, pound and a half by switching those out. Some cheapo Amazon lined gloves. I don't know how cold you can be comfortable in these. I don't know, it might even say on here. It says cold, so there's how cold you can go right there. I don't know, but see what I'll do with those. Got a little rain kilt. Never used one. Heard good things about them. So that kind of covers what oh nope, not all I'll be wearing. I've got some icebreaker pants, and then I'm going with Patagonia baggies. I originally was going to go with 9 Trails. I just like the baggies a little bit more with some ex officio you know, butt covers there. So the ex officios with the baggies, that'll be my normal thing, and then I could throw on some icebreakers if it gets really, really chilly. You know, Florida here, it doesn't get too cold, but it did get down to like, gosh, I want to say like 30, maybe low or high 20s, and I went out in those and I was fine. So I think usually, you know, I grew up in Ohio and then spent a few years in upstate New York, and usually my legs don't get too bothersome unless there's snow everywhere. So I'll probably be in shorts most of the time, and I'll just deal with it. As long as my core is warm, then I'm usually mentally fine. I say so much. Ooh, it drives me crazy. I'll work on it, I promise. I'm not like a YouTube vet. Just a dude who's going for a walk in the woods. So I want to take a second to talk about my Crocs here. Those are going to be my camp shoes. Now I realize they're probably heavier than they need to be, but I made a commitment. The gibbets on there from my students from this past year. I think I got a wine glass there that was my wife's that I'm taking, but all these came from my students here. So, you know, we got Captain America. I got a buddy McHale who got me like a whole camping package of it. So I kind of picked and choose what I was going to put on there. But multiple friends on here gave me these to take the trek with me. And then the white right Croc on my white right Croc, that's mine. But all the rest of these were provided by my students this year, and I asked them for them so I could take them with me. And, you know, I left it the holiday break, so somebody gave me a Santa Claus there. So that's why Santa's taking a ride with me. I'm all over the place. Got a little light AF fanny pack, a little Gossamer Gear knife, and a Tick Key Z-Packs. I don't know, hopefully I don't run into a ton of those. I'm also debating, again, man, these are the things that you go back and forth on. I've also got the ex officio like bugs away gear. So I've got like the tearaway pants or the zip off pants or hybrid short pants, whatever you call them, that are treated with permethrin. And then I've got a button up that's treated with permethrin, which originally I was going to have shipped to me when I got to somewhere in Virginia, maybe just past Damascus. I know a lot of people say about the 500 mark. So when you can start sending cold weather gear home. I don't know how much I'm going to send home. I don't know. I'll figure that out. I've got plenty of time for that. But I've really debated between being comfortable in shorts and maybe using bug spray or just looking for ticks. I don't know. These are those kind of things that I think buff out, right? Like as you get out there and you start figuring stuff out, you either, you know, we know by the time people get to Neil's Gap, they get rid of stuff. They're buying stuff because you're really starting to figure out what you need. And I'm sure I'll be no different. My Superior Gear hammock. So I got the 30-degree hammock, and then I've got a 15-degree quilt. Again, being stationed in upstate New York, I tend to go over. So I've got the cocoon, which I don't plan on bringing. And then I've also got like a negative 15-degree quilt, which I don't plan on bringing because the 15-degree quilt and the 30-degree hammock should get me comfortable to negative 25. And then I've got the Appalachian Gear sleeping bag liner that's supposed to be 10 to 15 degrees. So I should be fine. And if not, then, you know, I'll gear up with a puffy and everything else and just suffer, I guess. So Appalachian Gear sleeping bag liner, covered the hammock, talked about wet weather gear. Got some of that wet weather gear there. Talked about my camp shoes. I'm going with the Ultra Olympus. I tried the, what are they? The Lone Peaks. Maybe now I'd like them more. I just really like the cushioning in the Olympus more. You know, I'm kind of older, mid 40s, slowly creeping up on 50, so I appreciate the cushioning, which is why I've got the Injinji socks with the cushioning, and then the Darn Toughs with cushioning. And I got some Dirty Girl Gators. Got me a little knee brace. Tore my meniscus in May of last year, which is this little picture here. I'll take a shout out to Jordan. This is me, May of last year at the end of the school year, getting wheeled around by one of my lovely friends there. So I'm gonna send my team from school pictures of that as I get to, you know, some of the different checkpoints or mile markers, whatever. Some lipstick, chapstick. I don't know. I grew up with two sisters. I'm sure at some point they put lipstick on me. Haven't worn any in a long time, I guess. Probably like 40 years, but you know, if that's your thing, hey, you're cool with me. My little hiker to trail. I don't know. We use that as a wipe down, try to hitchhike some rides. Never used a bidet, but yeah, I'm going to. Tell you what, I'm going to. Got the little deuce of spades. I think I'm gonna put some tape around that maybe to kind of take the hard edges off of it. Did I mention I have chapstick? Man, I should have stuck with lip balm. Lip balm would have covered it. That would have saved me some Freudian slip or something, but lip balm. Dr. Bonner's soap. Again, most of these things, if you've watched videos, you know a lot of people carry the same stuff. Got my little town shirt hat. Been put a lot of miles in on that thing. Love it. Some sunglasses. Going with the Catadine Be Free. 1 liter smart bottle with the sports cap. I don't know. You see the things, friends. You see them. It's the same like toques. I think I got the 750 maybe. You know, I followed Frozen and did the koozie for it. Got a little Sea to Summit coffee pop-up mug here. Down inside, there's not going to be any surprises. I guarantee you, there's not like a winning lottery ticket or something down in here. It's just a koozie with a lid. Got a little wipeout rag, like, you know, like the kids are doing. Bic lighter. I don't even remember which one this is. I don't know. I'm sure somebody looks at it and they're like, yeah, I know that. But it's maybe 30, 40 bucks. I think that's one of my, like, hey, don't go to REI and buy stuff. I think I went to REI and bought that. So, yeah, I did it all wrong. Whatever, live and learn. So there's that. Got a little head net for later on. I figured I'd start carrying it now no matter what. Some electronics, tons of electronics, because I plan on shooting these videos for my friends and family and my students. Sorry that I grabbed the camera. I got a bunch of stickers here for the holidays and leaving from my buddy JMO. So I kind of covered my battery pack with that. Oh, and lists, which I think was like one of the most thoughtful gifts. I mean, like all these, the gibbets were so thoughtful. The stickers are so thoughtful. You know, as a teacher, you usually get like the Starbucks gift card, Target gift cards, which are always appreciated. But Liz, my friend at school, what is that thing doing? Oh boy, hi everyone. I gotta spin that right there. We go. Thank you, Gimbal. So Liz got me this battery bank, which I'm taking with me. It's the Anchor 20 whatever, 20,000. I had one that's supposed to be a 28,000, but people are like, the reviews on it aren't so great. Maybe it doesn't hold up as well. This is a little bit heavier, but yeah, I'm gonna take it because, again, that sentimental thought of my friend giving me that. And then I put JMO stickers all over it. So basic electronics. Let me see, moving down, here's my Hilltop bags, can't say enough. If you've seen the channel, you see that something that I threw up on my board when I knew that I was gonna be doing the trail, and my students were like, what are you drawing? So I threw that up on my board, and now it's part of my channel. And then I got the picture sent on Hilltop bags, and they threw it on my bear bag for me, which is awesome. So there's my line. Got a little Ditty bag here. I think this is just dental floss, nail clippers, and a little travel Z-Packs toothbrush and toothpaste. I will say, I see a lot of people debating on the knife situation and nail clippers. One of the things that I learned quickly in the Army, you can almost do anything with nail clippers, because usually as, you know, soldiers, we would have a Leatherman or something, and we'd be cutting open our MRE packs. And then one of my soldiers just bust out a pair of nail clippers and cut it. And he was cutting everything with nail clippers. I'm like, holy smokes, like, could have been using nail clippers all these years and just never thought of it. So you could do a lot with nail clippers, even if you don't realize you can. They make really good scissors. They give you that first cut on something when you need to open it. So that's a little Ditty bag. I got a ton of food in here. I'm starting off with more than I need, which most people do, but I'm starting off with like a stock supply of, here, I'll come around here so you can see me, so you guys aren't staring at, whoops, nope, not it, Joe. There you go, buddy. Oh, it wants me to wait until shooting's complete. I'll just move on. But I'm starting off with a large supply of coffee. I bought the Pike's Place like 50 pack, so I'm starting off with 50 of those. I'm bringing some mullein tea, which if anybody's familiar or has allergies, you kind of get the lung issues going on. Mullein tea helps clear that stuff out, so I've got some of that with me. And then I got a bunch of carnation. I got like almost 2 weeks of carnation. You know, you buy a box of like 10. So I've got that for a little while. Just simple things like that. Bubba's. Oh, that's what he's doing, bub. You gonna scratch yourself, handsome? That's a little handsome right there. A little handsome. Okay, so back to work. So I just got a bunch of things in there that are, I just kind of stockpiled and I'm taking with me. I've got, you know, the classic olive oil. I already said like some electrolyte packs. I've probably got like 20 of those. And they'll dwindle down. I know that pack probably weighs about 8 pounds right now, and I don't have any ramen or Snickers or Knowles packets in there yet. So probably take like, oh, my friend Liz. I am going to show this. My friend Liz, love her dearly. So she gets these, her snack at school in the morning was usually these Zone Perfect chocolate chip cookie doughs. And some days there would be days that I forgot my snack, and I'd be like, ah, crud, forgot my snack. And she'd come up to me, Swedish, and she's a tiny little thing. Oh, I love her dearly. And she'd come up with one of those bars and like slide it on my desk. And I'd be like, love, I can't accept this. And then she would just give me this really firm look and slide it closer to me. And then all I could do was thank her. So she gave me 2 right before I left teaching that I'm like, they're going to be the first thing, they're going to be the first snack I have when I'm on the trail. And right as I was leaving, along with the battery bank, she got me a box of them. So I'm starting with the whole box. Now, do you need a whole box plus 2? No, you don't. But, you know, I'm just starting off that way. And then I bought too big of a canister of fuel, but whatever. I plan on wet soak, cold soak, whatever soak as I get further down the trail. Again, way too much coffee. I don't know if that's even possible. I got some vitamins in there. I haven't really seen a lot of people taking vitamins. I'm going to just because it's something I've done for years, but it is a little bit of added weight. But again, that'll diminish as I go. I also have, again, from my torn meniscus, I have a 90-day supply of anti-inflammatories. And then I've got extra strength ibuprofen, but I'm going to stick with the anti-inflammatories because I know if I need them, you could take those long-term versus the ibuprofen you can only take like for 2 weeks or something, or maybe even a week. So just that ounce of prevention, right? Get back over here. This is going longer than I thought it would. I'm at 21. Holy smokes. If you've come this far into this video, bless your heart. My wife won't even listen to me talk this long, for crying out loud. My first one wouldn't either, but yeah, it's a whole different story now, isn't it? Thank you for sticking around this long. That's what I'll say. I got some anti-chafing or friction defense Gold Bond. I don't know if I'm going to take that. I might just go with ointment. I don't know if it's that much weight that I got to worry about, but I know got to be mindful. I got a couple fire starters. Don't know that I'm going to use those. Here's my pills. I got some Imodium AD. I got some diarrhea stuff in there. Yeah, I got some, what do they call it? The Luca tape, and I got some type 2 adhesive or duct tape over there on my trekking poles. So I got a bandage here just in case. I think I got a couple tiny band-aids, maybe for some blister control. On the back of my pack, I have 2 little pins, like safety pins if you got to pop something. A little first aid bag. Again, electronics. I got a little Z-Pot packs. Sewing kit. Some like repair tape. Another one of those little like towels from Z-Packs that kind of come to life for you. Almost like the old, those things you drop them in water. A little pill and then a little dinosaur would pop out of it. I'm old, so these are the things that entertained us as children. I bought 3 of these Sea to Summit pocket laundry washes. I figured I could drop my laundry into a wet bag. I got some Sea to Summit bags. Maybe I'll pop one of those in here too. And so I could do my laundry in the field, leave no trays, put it down inside a cat hole, 200 yards from everything or mile from everything. I'm not going to go out there and destroy things. I spent some time in Bosnia, and if you've ever been in the military in Europe, you know you can't drop oil anywhere. Like there's so many things that you have to be aware of when you're in another country, or you're just not destroying your own stuff at home. So, I'm older too, and I'm not like a crazy dude. So I'm just saying, don't worry. I'm not going to go dumping anything I shouldn't in your local drinking water supply. I got an extra filter here just in case. Earplugs to last me pretty much the whole trip. I think you're supposed to rotate these out every 5 days. They don't weigh a couple ounces. My sleep gear, I got like a little Patagonia Capeline shirt, another pair of Ex Officio, what are they called, the Give and Go 2.0s, pair of darn tough socks to sleep in. I think I got the Z-Packs hat in there, and then I've got the merino wool top and bottom there, I guess, to sleep in for cold nights. I think that's everything. Man, it sure feels like it. Feels like I gave you guys an entire rundown. Now it's really down to which pack I'm going to take. I'm really leaning towards the light AF now that, again, I watched Frozen's video. So like I watched how he stuffed his hammock and that in first, and then pushed all that down really well, excuse me, and then started kind of putting in other stuff like his food bag and whatnot. So I've got all this stuff that'll either be on me or will be in one of these packs, and that should do it. I think that's all my gear. Without getting too specific, I guess, you know, I see sometimes people give you the weight and the nomenclature and ISBN and everything else with it. If you got questions, you know, man, you're in worse shape than I thought, but I'll answer whatever I can. I'll try to help. I don't know much. I guess some of this gear I've definitely used just walking around. Haven't hiked in any of it. Haven't camped in any of it. So all my camping was done in military stuff out in tents without a heater. So this should be better than that. Man, there goes another I need an count or an count or a pause and speech count that I could put up there, because I noticed myself doing that in other videos. I got to figure that out. Think about what I want to say. I'll try to get better. I promise. Thanks for coming to my video. Ooh, there's another and another. Oh, stop. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you dig the gear. Hope to see you on the trail. Be well, friends.